I get asked a lot of questions on both email and social media, and probably the first thing I usually do is ask some clarifying questions to actually figure out what the problem is, because a lot of times people, they think they know what the problem is, but it's not really the problem. If I said to you, my knees hurt after I eat bread, you would tend to think it had something to do with yeast or gluten or whatever. But my knees hurt all the time. And so if I said my knees hurt after I eat bread and you said, was that the only time? Like, no, they hurt all the time. You would realize it has nothing to do with yeast or bread or whatever. And a question I get a lot, I got one this morning actually, was my horse paws in the trailer. How do I fix that? And I said, well, what's your horse like tied up? Not in the trailer, just tied up somewhere and left alone. Oh, he paws there too. So this is a pawing problem, not a pawing in the trailer problem. So the trailer has nothing to do with it, just like the bread would have nothing to do with this. So you've got to be able to isolate what the problem really is. I'll give you another example too. So this is an electric fence, but I turned it off so I can climb through it here. So a question I get from a lot of people would be something like, the other day my horse was eating and I went over and I asked him to move over, and when I asked him to move over, he kicked me. What should I do? And my question to them is, well, how easy is it to move over when there's no food involved? And they go, oh, well, he would kick me then too. So the way they pose the question makes them think it's got something to do with, makes me think, or them think, that it's got something to do with food, whereas actually has nothing to do with food. So if you're trying to figure out what a problem is with a horse, try not to quantify it with something like that. I asked my horse to move over when he was eating and he kicked me. How do I get him to not kick me when I move him over when he's eating food? You would get it resolved when they're not eating food.